What's going on, everybody? This is Elazar here, your HomeLink host for the HomeLink podcast, and I'm here with the Anthony Michael. How's it going, brother?
Hey, bro, it's going good, man. How are you?
Great, man. Thanks for
Good.
joining us today.
Absolutely.
Talking to your company about Core Shield and stuff like that, and welcome to the HomeLink podcast studio. What do you think?
Thank you. I love the studio, man. Good vibes, and
Yeah.
I love the Canon cameras.
All day,
Go
man.
Canon.
all day Canon.
Yep.
And this is temporary because we're getting an office here in the Galleria Mall. So we're just up here for temporary while we build that out.
Yeah, and even then, this office is baller. Yeah.
We're gonna take it there. We're gonna make it even bigger and better. Okay, so
Awesome.
tell us, how did you find HomeLink? How did you hear about HomeLink?
Sure. Yeah, so I was invited here on a Tuesday morning. Christian actually invited me. She said, you got to come meet Mark, hear what he's doing. And the first day when I came, I listened to his speech, met everybody that was here on that Tuesday morning. Everybody's very inviting, very friendly. There was hugs all over the office, high fives. We just had a good time. And after I heard what he was doing, and I told a few friends about it, one thing I've learned about Mark is that he wants to see other business owners succeed, not just his business. You see a lot of that here in the world today. It's just like, no, my business is better than yours. Go with me, don't go with him. Competition versus, hey, we could all eat, we could all succeed, we could all lift each other up.
Yeah.
With just referring other businesses and other business owners, and let's all win together.
Yeah.
So after that, I was 100% in. I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, well, I mean, even thanks for giving HomeLink a shot. We launched
Absolutely.
in January, so
Yeah.
we're still a baby company, I
Yeah.
mean, we're well established, but we're still a baby company, and even that, we're only 6 months old. No, I'm not gonna mess. People can still think like that too, but Mark's heart is just about really, really letting other people win. It's never really about himself or what he's done. It's just literally like, let me just connect you with the right people, man.
That's it. Connections, networking, and that's part of it. But one thing you just said, y'all had just been started since January. We were previously a company called Aqua Society doing water filtration, and we rebranded this year.
Oh, okay.
So Core Shield is fairly new, right?
Wow.
But right out of the gate, we're coming out swinging. Thankfully, because we have partners like Mark, right?
Yeah.
And you and a couple other people here in the HomeLink community. But that being said, also being new, you get to see the growth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you get to see when there was only 2 chairs in the office, and then now there's 30. And then like you said, starting at this building, which is still fairly big, but then you're gonna go double it into the next bigger building.
Yes, sir.
There's the growth right there, and I love seeing that, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Talk to us about Core Shield.
Yeah.
What is Core Shield? So you said you rebranded.
Yeah. So in the beginning we were strictly water filtration, right?
Okay.
We were called Aqua Society, and great name.
Yeah.
We started hustling, making a name for ourselves, building the Google page, doing home shows, networking as well. But one thing that we ran into, especially when we were in homes talking to homeowners, is they're like, hey, Anthony, we really love the water filtration. We know we need it, right? But one thing they would say is we have to make another purchase first, whether it be a roof, whether it be an HVAC system, whether it be a bathroom remodel,
Wow.
something like that. So there was always like, we got to do this first. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, right? And then maybe we reach out a few months later, and then next thing you know, they're like, hey, we already spent too much money, so we can't do it. All right, well, I'm a problem solver, right? So that's a problem for everybody involved that we need to find a solution. So we're like, okay, let's start interviewing roofers, right? Let's start interviewing people that do remodeling. Let's start interviewing people where we can team up with and partner with and just become a home improvement company versus just a water filtration company. And then next thing you know, I met the right people, learned everything there is to know about roofing, from people that have been in the industry for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, we're like, okay, let's come up with the name. And then Core Shield was born, basically.
That's what's up. So Core Shield is the umbrella for all the other products that you got.
That's right, man. Yeah.
Awesome. So what are all the products that you do?
Sure. So now it's going from roofing, water filtration, gutters, and then we have backup power.
Nice. Backup power is battery.
Yeah, so you can have the Tesla battery, right? Or you can do Generac or Kohler, which is our backup generator.
So I have the Tesla battery.
Do you?
And it works.
All right, man.
Bro, yes. Like I'm telling you, when the power goes out in our neighborhood, we don't feel it, man.
Right.
It takes care of everything.
Yeah.
I'll get a notification like, wait, we're using the Tesla battery.
Yeah.
And so I'll go outside, pitch black, bro.
Right.
But thank God, bro, we still got like all the electricity.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something. I mean, I don't. It just made sense for me. That's why I did it.
Yeah, and you realize how important it is too.
Yeah.
See, you're married, right? You got the kids?
4 kids.
Okay, so
3 boys, 1 girl.
So what's gonna happen when the internet goes down? Kids are gonna get upset. The AC, wife's gonna get upset. It's too hot in here, right?
Yeah.
Then not to mention, say you just went to the store, right? You packed your whole fridge full of groceries. You said 4 kids and wife, right? So that's a lot of money for groceries,
Yes, sir.
right? Now what if it all went bad? So you just wasted $300, $400, $500 on groceries.
Yeah.
You know, so you should always consider getting backup power, especially with what we're experiencing.
Yeah,
these days.
that over generator. So why that over generator?
Yeah, they're both solid. You know, it really depends on like what, financial situations.
Right.
If you wanted to go a loan situation or buy outright, then I would recommend different things. Preferably, then you got the Elon Tesla thing. People are.
I mean, that's why I bought it. Because I had a Tesla too.
Yeah.
It
makes sense.
That's why I was like, oh, cool. Let's get the battery and
Well,
stuff.
it's like if you're an iPhone lover, right? You're not gonna get an HP. You're gonna get a Mac, right? I mean, it just makes sense. iPhone, Mac, and
Yeah.
But that being said, also, it just comes to the question, do they want something that's going to run off gas or run off power?
Yeah.
Right. So, because it's Generac, you got to go to the gas line and everything. So it's we got to figure out what's going to be the best for the homeowner. And then offer it.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so you talked about 2 products. Now let's get to it. So water filtration system. It's a crazy story. So I bought a house almost 4 years ago, brand new. My wife was working as our loan processor. So she was able to get a heavy discount on the home because she was working with the builders. So they hooked it up. They gave us free appliances, the grass front and back, water sprinkler system, garage door opener. Like they
hooked you up, man. Yeah.
And I didn't realize you had to buy grass, bro. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, because I'm always buying used homes, right? But this one was new, so we were excited. We did all that. And that first week, like we were the only ones in the cul-de-sac. I mean, literally in the whole street. Like people were barely moving in. People were still, there was a lot of for sale signs on these homes. Well, bro, like a month in, we would get knocks on the door.
Oh, yeah.
And people are coming in with their water filtration system. So I want to tell you about a scam that I think I was part of, bro.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So here's how it went. So they knocked on the door, and I'm being straight raw over here. They would knock on the door and say, and they'll have their back. I'm here with the city. I'm here with the city, and we're here just to test the water and make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, come in. They'll test the water, and then they'll try to pitch us something. I just neglect it.
Yeah.
But I'm a people guy, so I love talking to people.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll talk to anybody, even if a salesman knocks on the door. I'll open it. My wife knows I'll open it for anybody.
Yeah.
I'll chat. We'll network. Whatever. So, anyways. They said this, and so maybe after like 10, 15 companies, bro, it got old, bro.
Yeah.
I've heard every pitch.
Yeah.
Again, we're here at the city.
Right.
Like,
and with what you're saying, we're here with the city. Like they say, you technically can't say things like that, right? We used to do energy sales door to door a long time ago.
Yeah.
And some companies would use the pitch, we're with Centerpoint. You can't say that, bro. Like, come on.
But here's where I got fed up with it one time. And they said, hey, we're here with the city, and we just finished checking your neighbors. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, so what did you do at my neighbors? Oh, we tested their water and everything. We want to test your water too. Well, what's up with my neighbor's water? Well, they had this, and this. Well, guess what? We're on the same line. So the same water they got, the same line we got. So you don't have to test. To safety. They're like, well, they're like, nah.
Yeah.
But then there was this guy that was like, no, I got this huge water filtration system. It's like $8,000, right? $8,000. And, we can give it to you, but we'll do something special for you. We'll let you try it. We're gonna pay for everything. We're gonna set everything up, and we're gonna let you try it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you don't like it, call us before those 2 weeks, and we'll come pick it up. No strings attached.
Yeah, I see where you.
I was like, okay, sounds good. It's like you sign, like put your name here. I didn't sign nothing, but they said we didn't need your social. I was like, I'm not gonna put in my social. So that lady was like, okay, let me talk to my owner. Oh yeah, it's just just get his name. Just
Yeah.
get his name. We already got his information, but we don't need his social or whatever. That's what saved me. So I put my name. I was like, cool. Like once the 2 weeks were out, I mean, the water felt great, bro. Like we were drinking out of the toilet, bro. No, I was kidding. But we were drinking out of the sink and the shower water. Like it felt.
It's like a fancy hotel in your shower now.
Bro, it was everything until the 2 weeks almost came up, and I called. Hey, you know what? We decided we don't want it. So we realized, and it's $8,000. I'm paying for this. So hey, we don't want it. They're not picking up. They're not picking up. They're not picking up. They're picking up.
No way.
So finally, on the 14 days, right? The next day, the 15th day, I'm calling, and then they pick up. Oh, hey, yeah. So since you didn't want it, and this is the 15th day, we're gonna charge you. I think it was like $800 to remove everything.
Yeah, they gotta
like,
pay for the.
Hold on. I was like, no, I called y'all the last 2-3 days before the time, and y'all didn't pick up. And now that y'all are picking up, so I was like, whatever. I'm like, well, either it is or whatever. So I got my lawyer involved. And my lawyer was like, well, did you give your social? No. Did you sign anything? No, I just put my name because they needed my name. So my name, and this. Well, technically, like, they had breached the agreement. So I told them, hey, I'm getting my lawyer on this because this is like malpractice of like business.
Yeah.
And they're like, kind of just like, nah, you know what? Just go ahead and keep it and everything like that. So I kept it. And it's been like almost 4 years. And
oh my God.
Let's go for the win, bro.
Hey, for the win, brother.
So I kept it. And
well, look, they were trying to do some shady stuff, right?
Yeah, I did. And my lawyer looked them up, and there was some other stuff like that. So the reason I brought this is not to say that water filtration is a scam. It's not. It's really good for your body, for the kids, and your kids are bathing in good water. Like, I think it's good.
Yeah.
And when my kids are thirsty at night, instead of coming to me and me going all the way downstairs, it's like, no, just get it from the sink. Make sure that we keep the what is it, the little
filters?
The rocks. What is it, the little?
Oh, the salt.
The salt. Yeah, the salt. We keep it. We keep it, and it's good. So it's that. It's just who you're buying it from, and so.
And you know what you said about the kids, right? With their skin and everything. As they're getting older and they keep using let's say you didn't have it, right? The bad water, the unhealthy water. They could get eczema. They could get dry skin. They could get all types of skin issues.
Yes. I was gonna talk about some of the things of the water, but I mean, so tell us how to avoid a scam. Like talk to us about this. How do you do it? Let's just go to you instead, bro. Yeah.
So we've worked for like those bigger companies, and funny enough, I actually had a lady call me on the way here, right? She saw our Google page, and she's like, "Hey, I want to get, a consultation and presentation." What'd she say? She was like, I want you to come out to the home and test the water. Absolutely, ma'am, no problem, right? And so I tell her. She said she had a big company come by 2 years ago, right? Tested the water. Then they did the whole presentation, right? And then they tried to sell her on a $10,000 system. Yeah, it was kind of similar to what they told you, right? $8,000. $10,000 system with soaps, right? The soap is a big like anchor point. It's like, oh, I gotta have these soaps because they're chemical free and all this. And don't get me wrong, the soaps smell good and they are great, right? But it's not gonna. It does help close the deal, but it's not gonna really, Are you gonna change your body wash that you like, or your shampoo that you love?
For life, baby.
If you gotta type, you gotta type, right? Anyways, so we sell our systems for under $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Because when we've worked for those bigger companies and we saw how much they were charging those customers, right? 5x, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the systems are pretty much very similar. There's not too much difference in from this system to this system, right? So we like to educate the customer. Like, we've all worked for the big corporations, right? We know how much they can get these systems for. And me, myself, as a business owner, I've reached out to those companies, those products that they were selling, and I found out how much they were getting it for.
Wow.
Yeah. But there's other manufacturers where you have to go through like a process to get onboarded by them.
Gotcha.
I'm talking like, I don't know if I should say or not, but like EcoWater and RainSoft. Those are like the two biggest ones.
Yeah. Oh, no, I've been approached by them.
Have you? Okay. Yeah, and RainSoft is Home Depot, EcoWater's Costco, right? And I sold for EcoWater, and then we were selling it for $11K. And I'm like, yeah, man. And I was like, this is crazy. But people would buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're giving them the Costco backing and stuff. And people would buy RainSoft because of Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
Which, hey, if that works, that works. But I never felt good selling that to a customer, because I'd rather them spend half of that and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, still a great system. Plus, obviously in sales, people buy the person, then they
Right,
buy the place.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, as far as the scam goes,
Yeah.
if it's above, if it's above $7,000, you're paying too much.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The reason is why we should have good water at our home.
Oh man.
What are the benefits of that? And also, what is it doing to us? Like you said, your kid can get eczema, your kid can,
Yeah,
dry your
there's
skin out, dry your scalp out, hair loss, all that stuff.
you're answering it right there, brother. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it starts with your hair, right? Especially for women, you know how they get their hair done like every so often. Well, let's say instead of having to go so many months for touch-ups, the clean water will keep your hair looking more shiny, more healthy for a longer term than if you're just using regular water, right?
Gotcha.
So that's a big thing. Then skin, right? I've heard some women like, you know how they have wrinkles or under their eyes, like some of those wrinkles are like evaporating just because of the water.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Good
it's pretty nuts. And obviously they have their own routine and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because they're putting all that stuff on healthy skin water, if you
Yeah,
will,
yeah,
like
yeah.
after they take a shower, now the lotion's actually doing its job
Gotcha.
versus not having clogged pores.
Yeah, no, I
Right.
totally get it.
Yeah. So hair, skin, and then you go into the, like you said, eczema, itchy skin. My mom actually, she had like matted hair from bad water. Like it would get tangled very easily.
Oh wow.
But now nothing, silky smooth.
Yeah, it's all smooth and silky, right?
Yeah.
Makes it feel like you're like still washing it out, and it's like, no, that's just the water.
Yeah.
Health wise, like water, drinking that versus drinking.
You shouldn't drink it. You shouldn't drink it. Buy bottled water or get a system. That's it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I don't. I never drink it. I don't even use it for my coffee. I have to use filtered water.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, man. Like, water is like a whole thing in itself. So you're drinking it. You're cooking with it. You're showering with it. It's all around you, bro. Like, so you gotta get a system so that way you're protected in that sense, right? But once you start cooking with it and drinking your coffee with it, making teas and all that stuff, you're going to notice the difference there, plus the shower, plus your appliances. You got to protect your appliances, man.
Yeah.
You just got a new home, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you didn't have a system and everything was just continuously caking into your water heater, your appliances, your pipes, you're not protecting your investment.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to get that, especially if you get a new home.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, I got solar at the house, so we're energy efficient. We got the water deal.
Yeah, man.
Thanks to the scam. Got it for free. Bro, we got it for free.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
My mom got one for free too.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later though.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
okay, last thing is
Yes.
the roof, bro. Talk to us about the importance of roof. Now, I don't know anything much about roofs, but
Sure.
you have like warranties, right? Like 30-year warranty, 15-year warranty. I mean, what's
Yeah,
I think the roof's important, right? Because the first thing that the sun and the weather hits. But give us some insight why it's important to take care of our roofs for our homes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right. So the first line of defense is your roof, right? So that's going to be the first thing you always want to pay attention to. However, so us as homeowners, we never really think about it until we have a storm or we see a shingle on the floor. You're like, oh no, my roof took a beating, man.
Yeah.
So you always want to do like a yearly maintenance just to look at it, make sure everything is properly taken care of. So that would be my recommendation. Now, as far as the shingle warranties and stuff, there's manufacturers out there that recommend or that promote 30-year warranties, right? Manufacturer warranties. But here in Texas, you're looking like your roof might last 15 years, because we got some weather, some heat,
bro.
Yeah. We don't have too many storms these last few years, but obviously when you have those storms, you have the hail damage, heavy winds or strong winds, so it just really just depends. But you always want to go with the 30-year, because
for sure.
there's some things that they will take care of and some that they won't, right? But the thing that I'm recommending everybody now is always check your roof at least once a year. When summer comes, always check your HVAC, right?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And then even winter, because
you
you want to be prepared on that. And it's just things you don't really think about until you own a home. You're like, oh, I got to do this, I got to check this, before we go into.
So on a shingle, like what's the difference? Like what is the different material on these shingles that make it 15-year or like 30-year? Like, you know what I mean? Like what's the difference? And then also what deteriorates? Is it the top? Is it like a
Yeah.
hole or something? Or
Yeah, so there's those little pebbles that are on top of the shingle.
yeah,
Yeah. So those are called granules, and eventually those will start deteriorating over year. Especially with the heat and the storms, right?
yeah.
So every manufacturer has basically, how do I say this? Every manufacturer has granules on their sheet. Well, how do I say it? Let me put it to you like this. So every manufacturer's shingles is built differently, right? It could be from the granules plus everything underneath, right? And then there's also like a nail pattern here where they're supposed to nail it into the underlayment, right?
Yeah.
So basically, with Owens Corning, they have a 6-inch nails sure nail area. On other ones like GAF or Tamco, it's just like a little line. So there's a lot of room for error on that. So that's why we like to use Owens Corning. Then you have, you have GAF, Owens Corning, and the one Tamco. Tamco right now does a really good one. It's called Tamco Titan. And it's just really good for hail, right? And they've done a lot of studies where they drop, a ball from like a very high height, and just to see what it would do to the shingle. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but they got to test it, right? Because people
Sure.
are, and every roofer is gonna say that they love a certain shingle brand, right? But
Do you have one?
yeah, it's Owens Corning for sure. You know what's crazy, man? I had some samples of GAF in the car, or in the vehicle, and when I would move them from one spot to another spot, the granules would go all over the floor. I'm like, if this is what people are put on their roof, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, that people do want it because GAF is very good at marketing, and homeowners actually prefer. They'll even say that name because because of their marketing, because they're so good
Isn't it
at
crazy
it.
how marketing would just allow people to like buy it just because the marketing's good, but the product is crap. You know?
Yeah, so what I've realized is JAF is going to be the homeowner brand, right? Owens Corning is going to be the contractor brand, which we're going to recommend,
Yeah.
right? And then you got Tamco, and that's for more of like the, budget-friendly homeowner,
Dang.
Yeah.
What's the cheapest shingle you've ever seen?
Right now it'd be Tamco Heritage.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a cheap shingle for a reason, but people still use it, right? Because they just want to get a new roof, or flippers, investors. They just want to put something on the roof, so they give it to the next person. It'll last.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend it to you, or my mom or family,
So quick story. There was a guy I knew who had a job to do a roof company. He does the roof company, but he got paid everything up front. So he paid some of his guys, and he went and he bought like these cheap shingles. Cheap. I'm talking about, I don't know what it was. Cheap. And he did the work at night. So he's doing the night with the guys, and he's paying everybody, and so he kept a good portion of it. Next morning, the owner looked at the house and noticed that there was different colors, and just is like, I don't like this. This is not what I ordered. You need to go back and change all of this. Guy's like, what? Yeah, you need to change. I paid you all the money to do it. So he had to go get a loan of like $20-something thousand.
Wow.
To buy the right ones, to do that, and try to repay some of the guys to come and do it, bro.
Okay.
Because he didn't do it right.
All right. I will tell you this too. There's also contractors out there that'll go and they'll buy these shingles that are hella cheap, just like you're saying.
It's like, where do you buy these cheap shingles at?
From warehouses that you shouldn't be buying them from, right?
Like famous stages for them lights.
Yeah, but they sell these shingles very cheap because they don't have warranties, right? Yeah, so no warranty, and if you buy them, there's no like returning, like if they break or they rip or something. While you're putting them on, they'll break and rip sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then you're out of money too. But funny, you just said something about hiring cheap or doing something cheap. I've learned that lesson, man. All my guys are expensive, and and that's why we charge what we charge. You know.
No,
But
for sure.
but I did hire a cheap guy one time to install a water system.
Okay.
It was a custom job, and I shouldn't have trusted him with that job, man. And
Train wreck.
yeah, train wreck, and it was one thing after another after another. It was like a 3-day job. Should have only taken one full day. And yeah, bro, and it bit us in the ass for about, or it bit us in the butt for about $8,000. Yeah. So I was not happy about that, but you know, this is the price you pay for, you know, trying to cut a corner and don't do it.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a friend of mine. He does everything with excellence in sound engineer, but he says, I'm not the cheapest, but I'm going to give you the best.
Yeah.
Now, if you want the cheapest, go somewhere else. But if you want the best, do it. So
Yeah.
And then one of the guys, and one of my other friends, like Oscar's a phenomenal, like all his gear is professional. I remember early on, I was like maybe like 14 years old, bro. I wanted to buy a microphone. I told everyone, no, I'm going pro. So I'm talking to my friends. I need a good mic. He's like, get a Rode or get a Sennheiser or whatever. But he's like, well, what's your budget though? I said $50. He's like, $50 for a mic?
Yeah.
He's like, the one I'm talking to you about is like $500-600.
Yeah.
Don't tell people you're going pro and you're not willing to pay the
Yeah, we
price
used to
for
be
that.
in a band, and every time we would upgrade
What band?
it was a band called Lies of an Alibi.
What did you do?
I played guitar.
You play guitar?
Yeah.
What kind of band was it?
Hard rock, alternative rock.
Really? I was in a metal band. I was the drummer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What was the band name?
It was called As Blood Dries. It was like I was like 15. 16
Yeah, I had to
years
give that away because I'd be done with that era.
I
Yeah.
missed the music.
Yeah, that's cool. I got to show you my stuff later. But it was a good time, you know, that era in life. But Shure mics were big popping then.
Yeah.
Sennheiser, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But everything else, as far as the mixing board, that was expensive. Everything professional, like on that side.
Yeah.
The expensive as
So the point is, don't go cheap. Pay. You get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except my case, I got it for free and I didn't pay nothing. Great, man. So, anyways, but that was that. Any closing thoughts? How can we find you on social? How do we get connected?
Sure.
If somebody is watching, hey, I need some of your service, bro. Like, Anthony, tell us how to find it.
Yeah, so you can go to CoreShieldHomeSystems.com. That's our website. You can also go to our TikTok. Please go and follow us. We're trying to blow that up as well. So it's CoreShield or Anthony Beyond the Core. You can find me there. And, you know, obviously you can go to CoreShield Home Systems on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, thanks so much, Anthony.
Sure, bro.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks,
on the
man.
Holding Podcast. I had a
Thank
great
you.
time.
I
God
had a
bless you
great
guys.
time.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Later.